All right, here she is. This motor has been on my mind probably more than it should have over the last 12 months. And it's been one of the hardest parts of the boat build so far is choosing which engine to go with because there's so many different options. But I have landed on a MAN. That came out wrong. I purchased an MAN. At first glance, this might look like an ordinary, just big old boat engine, but under the hood, this is much different than what you normally find in a lobster boat. There's a lot going on here. In this video, I'm going to explain why I chose this motor, what makes it unique, and at the very end, we're going to run it for the very first time. So before we actually run the motor, while we're right down the road from Westmac, we're going to go over and get an update on the build progress and see how they're making out. We'll be at Westmac momentarily. We got a little problem.
What'd you do? Your tire seems to be screaming at you.
Somebody screwed up our day.
Zing! Got dad jokes.
I think we just put 5200 on the screw and put it back in is probably the best bet. Then we got a studded tire.
That'd be the fisherman way.
All right, to Westmac we go. So picking that engine has been one of the most challenging parts of building that boat. I've got so much to pick from and so much to choose from in every component of the boat, but the motor especially. But one of the limiting factors that I have run into is if you build a new boat now, I think the date is 2021 or 2022, sometime right around that date. Anytime after that, a commercial fishing vessel over 803 horsepower has to have a DEF exhaust system, and I really wanted to steer away from that. This truck has a DEF exhaust system, and actually we're out of DEF. The light's on right now and it's flipping out telling me to put DEF in because we're gonna be slowed down, and I just didn't want to go down the DEF route, which was kind of a bummer because in my head, if I'm gonna build this new 50-foot Westmac, I want to put big horsepower in it. I want 1400 horsepower.
I gotta throw in a quick dad joke.
Yeah.
So you didn't want to go that route.
So yeah, right. Good one, Tristan. When are you having kids?
Zing!
So I called up Billings and I was talking to Greg and Will. They're one of the best mechanics that you're gonna find probably in the country for marine diesel engines. Horsepower is only one piece of the puzzle, and it's really not the most important piece. But lobster fishermen all up and down the coast have been very set in their ways, just using horsepower as a rule of thumb for choosing engines. I've learned so much after talking with Greg and doing a bunch of research of my own online about the relation between horsepower and torque, because horsepower is only one number to a motor, and torque is another piece to the puzzle that is equally as important. Whenever I tell anybody, if they ask me what engine I went with for my new 50 Westmac, I say an 800 horse MAN, and everybody's first reaction, including mine, like if you would ask me 6 months ago what I was going to put in for an engine, if I told you an 800 horsepower engine, I'd be like, geez, that's probably not enough power. And that's the reaction that I get from everybody. But again, I have learned that horsepower is just one piece of the puzzle. All horsepower is a number that you get when you multiply the torque of an engine by the RPM of an engine. So you can have high horsepower, and typically when you do have high horsepower, it comes from turning high RPMs. The problem with turning high RPMs is it generates a lot of heat, a lot of friction, and a lot of wear and tear on the motor. So you can also generate high horsepower just by having torque. So you can have pretty good horsepower at a low RPM as long as you have big torque. All right, we've made it to Westmac, and I have no idea what's behind that door. I haven't talked to Westmac now for like 2 weeks, so I have no idea what kind of progress is made. So this is kind of like open a present. Let's go inside and see what we got. Wow, that is so surreal, isn't it? How you doing?
Inside?
I haven't been here for like 2 weeks, so I'm pretty excited to see it. Oh boy.
Yeah.
You got bulkheads?
Yeah, they're all
Holy moly.
They're all in. We got to come in tomorrow to finish glassing everything.
Wow.
We'll have to come in tomorrow for a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
So cool. What's going on here with this bulkhead? That'll be, I guess, where the lobster tank goes.
Probably so, yes.
Yep. What's next on the calendar? What's up? What's now?
We are going to be working on your side hull.
Yep.
There's a few like little spider crackers from the mold.
Yep.
So we just got to
Clean those
out.
up.
Yeah, we'll clean them out, and then we're going to polish everything. They have to mock out for your engines too.
Yep.
So then we got to build some gussets.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The engine gussets.
Yeah, the engine gussets.
And then this will go out and the top mold will come in here?
Yes.
Well, that's cool. So chugging it along then.
Yeah.
We were just over at Billings.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
They were wondering when you guys wanted it. So then the top will get laid up in here, and then it'll go back out in the parking lot, and the crane will come back and set the top on this.
All of your engine work would have to be done
Before the top gets set down.
Yes, and then once the engine's done, then they'll just crane the top.
Gotcha.
On.
All right, they are making, I always say we when we come over here, but these guys have been hard at work, and the main bulkhead is in, the back bulkheads are in. It looks like it's actually It's moving right along. It won't be long and this will be coming out and the top will be coming in to mold the top. And this is actually where the engine is going to be sitting, probably back a little bit farther. It's all right. So I'm actually going to put a door right here that comes into the engine room. The engine will get bolted to these giant stringers, and then there'll also be some engine gussets to give these stringers some more strength. But this is where the motor that we just looked at is gonna sit. So the motor will be sitting right here, and I don't know if you can see all the way back there, right here, there's a hole in the back of the boat. The shaft will come out of the back of the engine. And I'm so excited about the engine room because there's gonna be so much room down here to work on stuff. I can pretty much stand underneath the wheelhouse. I gotta get out of these guys' way.
You look so small.
I want it done now.
I love how this video was all about the motor.
The engine until I walked in here, now it's all about the boat. Going pogeeing, I feel bad talking bad about my boat because my boat is fantastic. My current boat is awesome. Does everything that I want to do very well. But seeing this, I'm asking a lot of my current boat, I guess. For a 46-foot boat, this one's gonna be able to do it much easier, much more comfortably, much safer. And when you hear us laughing and joking, like singing the Westmac song while we're on the boat, and like, where's the Westmac? Like the closer we get to the finish line, the more I'm gonna want this thing in the water. And I can't imagine how exciting launch day is gonna be, especially the curiosity of like how the motor is gonna do in this boat. The computer's able to run projections based on the specs of the motor, the hull, and different boats that other engines have gone in. And the computer says that it should do 20 to 21 knots at 1800 RPM. And if that's true, that'll be so awesome. Because again, that motor is a continuous duty motor. Most motors, you put them wide open and you got to back them off 200 or 300 RPM to get your cruise speed. But that continuous duty motor is just wide open. Everywhere you go, there's no holding back on it. So I'll be able to truly go 20, 21 knots everywhere we want to go. If that computer's right, but we won't know if the computer's right until launch day, which is going to make that launch day so much more suspenseful. I think the best analogy to look at it with is like a turtle and a hare. Like the tortoise is slow and steady and strong. The hare is fast and quick, but when the hare is dead and gone, the tortoise will come crawling past his dead body. So maybe that's a decent analogy, but it's obviously an expensive project. So I'm going with the most durable, the most robust parts in the boat that I can. And that V12 MAN in the 800 horsepower model is literally built to run 1800 RPMs 24/7 for like, I'm not even exaggerating, like months on end without even shutting off or cooling down or taking a break.
God, it is like having a Ferrari though and putting a Honda Civic motor in it. Is that not? That's all I can think.
It's like the opposite of a sleeper. But man, isn't that thing pretty. The hard chine is still something very new to me. That steep, hard angle on the side of the hull there. Those are something different than I've ever had in a boat before. But the idea is that they slow the roll down. So when a boat rolls, they're a sharp edge that kind of digs into the water rather than a rounded hull that just rocks. I'm a little bit nervous about them, but everybody that has them seems to love them. I don't have much experience on a boat with hard chines, so they're going to be a bit of a wild card on the first day that we haul in this thing in rough weather, but I'm optimistic about them. So as I was doing the shopping for the boat engine of what I was going to go with, I asked fishermen for their opinion too. It's pretty interesting that very few people run continuous duty low RPM engines in their lobster boats. But after talking with lots of them and explaining it to them and getting their opinion on it, nobody seemed to have any reason not to do it other than race day. Race day is going to be the only day of the year where it sucks to be stuck under 1800 RPM. For the other 99.9% of the time that we're on the boat, being stuck under 1800 RPMs is really going to be a non-issue, especially when it comes with all the benefits of the life expectancy of the engine, the low maintenance of the engine, and also, I haven't mentioned yet, but the lower price tag that it comes with. Ironically, the heavy-duty, low RPM engine was cheaper than the high horsepower, high RPM engine. Sadly, we're gonna say goodbye to the 50 Westmac. I'll be back, sweetie, okay? You take care, all right? So this is actually the top mold. This is what's gonna be going in the shop here pretty soon. After they get done with the hull, they're gonna take it out. They're gonna roll the top mold into the shop and start laying it up just like they did the hull, except the top is gonna be cored. The hull is solid fiberglass all the way through. The top is cored in between two layers of fiberglass to make it a little bit lighter. You can see this is actually upside down. So this is the roof. Those are the windows up there. They'll build the top, probably, I'm gonna assume upside down, and they'll roll it over. So that'll be one of the next videos coming up here. But before we can even get to the top, first we have to get the engine. We're gonna get that squared away. We're gonna go get it running. They're gonna put the engine in the boat first, get it all ready to go, and then they'll set the top on.
You saw the boat, you like that progress, but are you nervous about the motor?
I actually am. I've talked to a lot of people and gotten reassurance from a lot of people that it's a good selection, but I'm still nervous just for the mere fact that there's hardly any boats on the Maine coast that run continuous duty engine. My current boat has 750 horsepower and the new boat is only going to have 800 horsepower. But the key difference is I have 800 horsepower at 1800 RPMs in the new boat. That new motor is 24 liter, which is the size of the cylinders, and my old motor is 13.5 liter. So this new motor, while it is only 50 horsepower more, it's almost double the size of my current motor. If you were to compare my engine currently with the new engine, my current engine is probably making like 500 horsepower at 1800 RPM, whereas the new one is making 800 horsepower at 1800 RPM. And 1800 RPM is really the sweet spot of what we use in our boats. Oh, by the way, it's gonna spin like a 42, 45 wheel. So there you go, there you have it right there. The proof is in that. Yes, this thing only has 800 horsepower. My current boat has 750 horsepower and I spin a 32 square. So the wheel is like twice the size. Even though it has 800 horsepower, it can spin a gigantic wheel because it has so much torque. It's a monster of an 800 horsepower engine. If you look at the light and medium duty engines, they have hour ratings and life expectancies of them. And I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but they have like a wear out expectancy to them. And if you look at the continuous duty motor, it says lifetime. It doesn't even have a wear out rating. I think what they're made for is a lot of times like generators and like tugboats or long distance commercial vessels. But it's odd that you don't see them in lobster boats much. And yeah, to be totally honest, I am a bit concerned with what I'm gonna see for a cruise speed at 1800 RPMs. The computer says 20, 21 knots. If I can get that, I will be ecstatic because that means that's what I can get everywhere I go. All right, now let's find somebody who knows how to get this thing running. See what she sounds like. Will, do you know how to get this thing running?
Well, I could.
Will walks around and pretends like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
No, Will's probably one of the best boat mechanics, the marine mechanics around. What are you working on here? Cute little bugger.
He didn't tell you that's yours.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you turn batteries on, the ignition will light up.
All right. Oh, we got push start.
Yeah. And then when you push ignition, you'll watch. See how you get the green lights for a second?
Yeah.
And then the green lights will go out.
All systems are running.
All systems are up and going. It's got oil, it's got antifreeze, it's got fuel.
She gonna be loud?
We'll find out. Would you like the honors?
I'll start her up. One question I got for either one of you is, why do more people not put continuous duty motors in lobster boats?
Because they want more horsepower.
They want
Horsepower.
fast.
The horsepower is attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
More speed, more horsepower.
Racing.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we
First
go.
time. That's what the alarm sounds like.
That's what the alarm sounds like.
They are pretty sensitive.
Level alarm.
I thought she was quiet.
It's very quiet.
Yeah.
It didn't start bad either. For the
No,
first
she
time.
fired right up.
Yeah.
Mine don't start that good.
Ain't you been talking bad about
Yeah,
the
I
old
know.
girl
I've been
since
going
you've had
hard
this
on my
boat
boat
built?
lately.
He's got a new girl coming, but he's just been trashing the old one.
That's a fancy push button.
Put that on the boat.
It is going on the boat.
You can't have my beauty box, but
I can't have that. That doesn't come with
That's
it.
the part we were excited about. Come on.